Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, let's have a look at the headlines. Election Commission issues notification for fourth phase of Lok Sabha polls. CEC appeals to voters to realize their democratic responsibilities, saying election belongs to people. Meghalaya gears up for Lok Sabha polls. Polling personnel dispatched to polling stations ahead of polling day. Critical polling stations and 4 vulnerable polling stations in Ribhoi, informs Ribhoi DC. And polling parties safely deployed to ensure smooth electoral process in southwest Garo Hills. The news in detail. The Election Commission of India (ECI) today issued a notification for the fourth phase of the Lok Sabha elections, which will take place on May 13. Elections for the fourth phase in 96 Lok Sabha seats will be held across Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Jammu and Kashmir. According to the ECI notification, the last date for filing nomination is April 25th. With the scrutiny of nomination scheduled for April 26. The last date for withdrawal of candidature is April 29. The 2024 general elections in India will be held in 7 phases from April 19 to June 1st, with the results scheduled to be announced on June 4th. Ahead of the first phase of Lok Sabha election tomorrow, Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar has appealed to the voters to realize their democratic responsibility, saying elections belong to the people and the choices belong to them. Kumar emphasized that the countrymen should never underestimate the power of one vote, as there are many instances when one vote has mattered in a critical contest. He added that India's track record of smooth, regular and high-quality elections owes to people's judicious and enthusiastic participations. Polling personnel for around 2,750 polling stations were dispatched today before the first phase of the Lok Sabha elections scheduled to be held tomorrow. In the East Khasi Hills district alone, except for the Sora Civil Subdivision, polling personnel have been dispatched for 879 polling stations. Deputy Commissioner of East Khasi Hills District, who is also the returning officer for the Shillong parliamentary seat, SC Sadhu, said the election department will ensure the polling teams are safely dispatched. He said further arrangements have been made to see that live tracking from the dispatch center till they arrive. He also said Section 144 has been imposed as law and order arrangements have also been made. Chief Electoral Officer Dr. BDR Tiwari, while addressing the media today, informed that a total of 10.93 crore has been seized in Meghalaya since the imposition of the Model Code of Conduct in the state. He also informed that as many as 67 complaints received through the NGSP portal were resolved, also 9 C-Vigil cases resolved. So far, the election machineries have been bound down 1629 persons and 4 FIRs files for polls-related campaigns.
So preparation of the polls, first is that we have to ensure that our safe arrival of our polling teams with all materials intact. Today evening, our arrangements, particularly for vehicles, through vehicles and all with relevant materials, through proper security, we are ensuring that all our teams reach their respective polling stations by today evening, and by tomorrow we have ensured that all our teams should start this poll as per the scheduled time.
So total seizure pre-MCC is 33.45 crore and post-MCC total seizure is 10 crore and 93 lakh till today's morning figure. So total 67 complaints received through NGSP portal, 9 C-Vigil cases which we received are already resolved. So
Preparations are in full swing in Riboi district for the polling day tomorrow. Speaking to media, Deputy Commissioner Arpit Upadhyay yesterday informed that a detailed security plan has been made to maintain law and order on the polling day, and the district also specially focused on critical and vulnerable polling stations, the sensitive pockets and the border areas. He informed that there are 31 critical polling stations and 4 vulnerable polling stations. Adequate arrangements have been made in which CAPF, police forces and home guards have been deployed to ensure conduct of smooth elections. The DC further informed that in this MP election, 366 voters like senior citizens and PWDs opted for home voting.
So as far as preparation is concerned, all the preparations have been made and it is in full swing. With regard to law and order issues, a very detailed security plan has been made, and we are especially focusing on critical and vulnerable polling stations, the sensitive pockets and the border areas. We have 31 polling stations which are critical vulnerable polling stations and 4 are critical polling stations. So for that, adequate arrangements have been made. We have CAPFs and sufficient deployment of police forces.
In Southwest Garo Hills district, polling parties have been successfully deployed to various polling stations across the district. This proactive measure ensures the efficient and effective conduct of the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. With all arrangements in place in Southwest Garo Hills, encompassing the constituencies of 53 Ampati, 54 Mahendraganj and 55 Salmanpara, and with 158 polling stations in place, the stage is set for a fair, transparent and inclusive electoral process. Meghalaya Chief Electoral Officer Dr. BDR Tiwari has confirmed that as many as 12 companies of Meghalaya Police are sent to Madhya Pradesh just before elections. When asked, Tiwari said as Meghalaya is comparatively a peaceful state, therefore seeing this will not affect the state much. He said that Meghalaya got 40 companies of Central Armed Police Forces CAPF from the centre. Meghalaya will go for polls in the first phase of Lok Sabha elections scheduled to be held on April 19.
WPRC Simai.
It's the 12 companies of state armed police force. Those have been deployed for the election of from our state police. So it is generally the state police force from the different state also being deployed for the conduct of election in other state also. We did all the arrangement and I am very hopeful it is not going to affect our election, and we are confident to conduct election in very peaceful and questionable.
The District Election Officer, East Khasi Hills District, in collaboration with Meghalaya Model United Nation, yesterday organized an open musical evening at Khandailat Police Bazaar. A large number of people gathered to experience the musical event as a run-up to the elections. Meghalaya will go for the polls in the first phase of Lok Sabha elections scheduled to be held tomorrow. The district administration is making all efforts to ensure that voters' turnout is increased. As the curtains comes down from the campaigning, the election department is using music to attract the young voters, particularly the youths.
And the answer. Give him a huge round of applause. People who are here and supporting us and being part.
The West Jaintia Hills District Administration, led by Deputy Commissioner B.S. Sotlia, today has taken a proactive step by partnering with the District Mental Health Program to create a dedicated cell for polling parties in the West Jaintia Hills District. The primary goal of this collaboration is to offer counseling services to individuals who may be facing stress or anxiety during the election process. In recognition of this need, a health camp was established to support personnel on election duty.
Kau ya tingirap ini mana stress ki nomor sam he dengan ini oke dan itu tahu iwan ini kami yang district mental health program kau wajah dia ya wan dibahag counseling dan QM stress QM anxiety QM depression addiction ni any kinds of mental disorder the iwan ini ya counseling ini.
In response to rising concern over escalating crime and anti-social activities in Nong Soin town, the Nyotrap National Youth Movement HNYM West Khasi Hills unit met with the Deputy Commissioner Garrett LSN Dykes to advocate for the installation of CCTV cameras and strengthening police security measures. The HNYM urged the DC to strategically place CCTV cameras throughout Nong Soin, alongside improved street lighting and to bolster police patrols during night time. Expressing deep apprehension over the surge in criminal incidents, the HNYM emphasized the urgent need to prevent further occurrences and elevate the prevailing sense of fear within the community. In an outreach program for the Assam Rifles Retired Fraternity of Nepal, the Director General Lieutenant General Pradeep Chandra Nair of Assam Rifle visited Nepal from 8 to 13 April 2024. The visit was characterized by a series of events aimed at acknowledging the contribution of the veterans and addressing the welfare of Assam Rifles veterans and their families of Nepal. The officials' visit of the Director General Assam Rifles to Nepal not only underscores the significance of the long-standing ties between the two nations, but also reaffirmed the commitment to the welfare and well-being of ex-servicemen who have dedicated their lives to serving in Assam Rifles.
केही दिन अगाडि मैले 23 मार्च 2024 को दिनमा पहिलो वेटरन्स डे मनाएर सुरुवात गरेको छौं र अब हर साल इसी दिन को मनाइन्छ। तपाईहरुलाई जानकारी होला कि गएको सालमा मैले 12 कम्प्युटर यस अफिसलाई उपहार दिएको छु। मलाई विश्वास छ हजुरहरुको यसको उपयोग गरेर आफ्नो बच्चाहरुलाई कम्प्युटरको ज्ञान दिइराख्नु भएको होला।
And now for the weather report. Maximum temperature recorded 25.7 degrees Celsius, minimum temperature recorded 15.8 degrees Celsius, relative humidity in the morning was 57%, relative humidity in the evening was 68%. The forecast, light to moderate rain is likely to occur at isolated places. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the headlines once again. Election Commission issues notification for fourth phase of Lok Sabha polls. CEC appeals to voters to realize their democratic responsibilities, saying elections belong to people. Meghalaya gears up for Lok Sabha polls, polling personnel dispatched to polling station ahead of polling day. "31 critical polling stations and 4 vulnerable polling stations in Ribhoi," informs Ribhoi DC. And polling parties safely deployed to ensure smooth electoral process in southwest Garo Hills. Well, viewers, that's all we have in today's edition of the news. Do join us again tomorrow for more updates. Have yourself a good night.